My name is Steven, and it is May 1st of 2026, and this is my monthly update video. If you haven't seen one of my monthly update videos before, I make these to go over how my channel's doing, how my social medias are doing, basically keep myself accountable for making music and to kind of show off the developments and where it's all going. This month was really good. I had a small project come up for a friend. I'm really hoping that video will come out very soon. I gotta put some finishing touches on it, but it turned out really good. April was also the second and third anniversary of me putting out my albums For the Bit and Kill a Bit. I worked on these with my roommate Flint, who also makes music, and it was kind of a joke album at first. We took songs that we enjoyed from either music or pop culture, mostly video game songs, and we covered them using the Minecraft note block sounds. The first album, For the Bit, when we made it, we came up with the idea, and we ended up finishing the entire 40-track album in about a week or two. I spent several very late nights putting it together and trying to get it just right, or at least as good as I could get it at the time. Kill a Bit was released much more recently, about a year later, but it had so much more planning. We worked on it for months and months, and we put it together, and I think the recording sounds better, the actual mixing and mastering sounds better. It's just a more listenable album. Ultimately, these projects resulted in some kind of fun and cool songs like Coconut Shopping Center, the DS shop theme, and lastly, the one that has taken over both of our Spotify pages unexpectedly, Renai Circulation. These are really cool projects, and I'll put a little title card here if you haven't listened to these. Click on that and it'll take you to my Spotify and you can go through and listen to these albums. If you are a fan of video game music or just want to hear something kind of silly, it's the right album for you. April was also really cool because I was able to release my second big project of the year, a cover of the song Don't Go from 1st of October's first album. The song, it feels storytelling. It's begging to have something added to it, and I think I was able to do something kind of cool with the music video. While I was recording it, I was listening to it over and over again, and because it's a 1st of October song, I was able to go back and watch Rob Scallon and Andrew Huang actually record it, and they talked about it. When Rob was showing Andrew his first draft of the song and the first draft of the lyrics, he openly said, "I really don't know what this means." And I think with the music video I made, I was able to tie a kind of cool story to it. Over the course of the song, it talks about how there's this kind of desire to need somebody, but you're not really willing to leave, but you can leave, but the other person can't leave. It's this weird entanglement. And while I was recording it, I couldn't help but realize that this is kind of how I feel about my phone. I never want my phone to die on me or for me to not have it, but I am more than happy to put it down and move on. If you haven't seen the music video yet, I encourage you to go watch it, at least kind of keeping that story in mind. I think it adds another element to the whole thing. Update time on my projects. I was able to release my second one, and the last update video I talked about being a little bit behind. I am still behind on these projects, and it's for a pretty good reason, or at least I think it's a good reason. I have started working on the next two songs. The first one I was recording and I got to, and I started to lay down the bass for it. For all of my tracks, I use this. This is a Kala U-Bass. It's basically a bass guitar that's been shortened to a quarter size. It's acoustic and electric, so it has a plug in the bottom. And I mean, it sounds really good. It served me really well for the past several years, actually. This is my first bass, and it sounds great. It has this kind of upright bass sound to it. It's very wood tonal, but the problem is the pickup on it is an active bridge pickup. Now, if you're not in the guitar world, an active pickup usually has a lot more treble to it and a lot more high end, which means that it catches all of the sound of the metal on the frets or the sound of your fingers hitting the string. This wouldn't really be a problem for most of my projects. I mean, it's sounded great on everything I've put it on, but the problem comes to the cover song I'm working on needs a very deep and kind of dark sounding bass. And I can't get it out of that pickup. So I've had to kind of put that project on pause. I've recorded some other things for it and I'm trying to keep the ball rolling, but I've picked up the next song so I can have some progress while I'm losing time. With the delay in these projects and the bass issue, we're kind of closing in on the time restraint. For me to be able to do all 10 projects this year, I have to record and release at least one big song a month. That's not impossible by any means, and I'm gonna really try to do it, but I'm not gonna sacrifice quality. I am a very firm believer that every project that is worth releasing should be a little bit better than your previous one, hence the different camera angle, hence the microphone, hence me actually pausing a whole project just to figure out this bass tone. I really firmly believe that there can be an improvement between each project. So in order to kind of deal with that, I have to take a little extra time on some things. I'm shooting for 10. We'll see how it goes, but I'll need a little bit of luck on my side to do it. So that is the end of like the big updates and kind of where my projects are at and where my music is. So let's go into the stats for my social medias and music. YouTube has gone up. Most of that is because I've been talking about my channel more often to people, mentioning the things that I'm trying to do here. So YouTube, I now have 16 subscribers. Still nowhere near where I need to be to hit 200 at the end of the year, but I'm hoping for, a real hard push. I'm also looking to see how much of these projects I can actually turn into short form content. Those usually have a lot more draw and impact on bringing to my other social medias, and I think in YouTube it'll continue to make a difference if I can turn these long form videos into some short form. Currently, Spotify is sitting at 515 monthly listeners. I think that's around the same number as last time, so kind of stagnant. That's okay. I haven't posted anything on Spotify. It's good to know that it's not just completely going down or that last month was a fluke though. Instagram is sitting at 112 followers and TikTok is the exact same at 97. Again, I haven't posted anything on there, so honestly, I'm not pressed about it at all. I have short form content planned out of some of the bigger projects I'm working on, and we'll see how that turns out, if that brings people in, or if I need to change up the strategy I have for those social medias. So that is all that I have for this update video. Thank you for watching. If you like what I do and or you want to see how some of these projects turn out, or you want to see, that project that you might be listening to this whole video and see what, the music video turns out to be, go ahead and subscribe, stick around, turn on that notification bell so you can see when that video comes out. Because, it sounds good. You're listening to it now, you probably already like it, so why not go watch the video and see what I do? All right, bye.